Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to break down a massive fundamental shift in how we actually work with artificial intelligence. For the past couple of years, we've all gotten pretty used to AI, but mostly as a sounding board, right? Well, today we're looking at some direct insights and source material around a really fascinating new tool called Grok Bot. And let me tell you, this isn't just a minor update to how AI chats with us. We are literally looking at the dawn of the AI doing partner. Now, let's dive right into this paradigm shift. This quote perfectly sets the stage for everything we're going to talk about today. Up until now, artificial intelligence has basically been an AI thinking partner. You ask it to brainstorm, and it gives you some text. You ask it to write code, and it spits out some code for you to copy and paste. But the leap we're talking about today is moving from a thinking partner to a true doing partner. We're talking about an AI that doesn't just tell you what to do, but actually rolls up its sleeves and executes the task for you. Section 1. The AI doing partner. From chatbox to coworker. The contrast here is just fascinating. Think about almost every traditional AI product we've used so far. The output is essentially trapped inside the chat window. It's just a text box on your screen. But GrokBot operates completely differently. The actual output happens somewhere else entirely. It operates on a totally separate computer instance with a real web browser open. It natively understands how websites function, so it's not just generating text. It's actively navigating the digital world exactly the way a human would. So instead of just chatting back and forth, you are instantly handing off real-world complexity. You can literally just tell it to blast out NDAs to all of your campus leads, or find out exactly how many employees are starting on Monday, or even confirm which companies on LinkedIn are currently being parsed. We're talking about those multi-step administrative headaches that usually eat up hours and hours of your day. And honestly, what makes this shift so profound is the complete lack of a learning curve. As the source material points out, there simply wasn't anything to learn. Because the interaction is so incredibly natural, you don't have to sit there and study a complex new software system or figure out a new programming language. You just communicate with it exactly like you would with a human colleague. It's literally just like bringing a new coworker onto your team. Section 2. Mechanics of a digital coworker. How the bot learns and operates. So, how does it actually know what to do? The machine learning here is essentially acting like a digital shadow. Step 1. It just watches how you work. Step 2. It records the precise, granular actions you are taking on your screen. And Step 3. It summarizes those exact actions into a real, repeatable workflow. It's directly observing your unique, everyday processes so it can replicate them perfectly the very next time. This right here is the ultimate productivity multiplier. Because GrokBot isn't hijacking your mouse or taking over your computer, you stay right there on your personal screen, continuing your primary work with absolutely zero interruption. Meanwhile, the bot is working entirely in parallel on its own separate, independent computer instance. You are literally doubling your output because you have this digital proxy doing the heavy lifting in the background, leaving you free to focus on the high-level strategic work right in front of you. Section 3. Bots in the real world. Trust and live execution. Now, psychologically speaking, adopting this kind of AI happens in stages. It always starts small, right? Usually with something simple like email. In step 1, a user tells the bot to just go off and send a batch of emails. Step 2 is that crucial verification phase. The user checks and sees, wow, all of them were sent out exactly as requested. That leads straight into step 3, where the bot effectively builds its own layer of trust with the user through flawless execution. And finally, step 4. The user crosses this mental threshold where they become totally comfortable being completely hands-off. It stops being a fun novelty and becomes a trusted reliance. And guys, once that trust is established, the applications become absolutely incredible. Just look at this concept of a Figma agent. This is a specialized AI assistant that literally sits in on a meeting with you. It holds the discovery notes being discussed, and it autonomously creates a visual slide deck during the live call. Think about the immediate value of that. You are actively talking to a client, gathering their requirements, and completely in the background, your doing partner is compiling the whole thing into a finished visual presentation, ready to go the exact second you hang up the phone. And this is the genuine reaction from clients who see this happen live. How did you create that during the call? That's incredible. I mean, it completely redefines the speed of professional deliverables. The gap between talking about an idea and presenting a finished artifact practically shrinks to zero. It creates this almost magical experience for anyone on the other side of the table who has no idea you have an autonomous bot doing the design work in real time. Section 4. The post-app ecosystem, a new way of working.
Okay, this is perhaps the most mind-bending development we've seen in the source material. It's not just you talking to the bot anymore. Bots actually give direction to each other. We're talking about independent digital coworkers that are fully capable of communicating, handing off tasks, and coordinating complex executions entirely amongst themselves. It's literally like managing a digital team that just manages itself.
Because these bots can operate browsers and communicate with each other so seamlessly, we are seeing a massive shift in user behavior. The bot interface is actively replacing traditional apps. Users are finding themselves living entirely within that one bot window, completely eliminating the need to constantly switch between dozens of different software programs, open tabs, and complex dashboards. You just ask for what you want in one place, and it feels completely natural, with virtually no limitations on what can actually be achieved.
So when you put all of this together, the parallel processing, the autonomous trust, the total elimination of app switching, it leads to this very profound sentiment. Users simply can't imagine going back to the old way of working. Once you experience this seamless, app-free environment where your digital coworkers handle all the mechanical execution, the traditional way of clicking through endless software menus yourself suddenly feels incredibly slow and just totally obsolete. As we wrap up this explainer tray, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. We've seen how Grok Bot and similar tools are taking over the actual doing of our daily tasks. So, if the busy work, the clicking, the formatting, and the endless data entry are finally handled for us, what will we choose to do? How are you going to use your newfound time, energy, and human creativity when the execution is no longer your bottleneck? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for learning with me today, and keep exploring.